Hi guys, it's Dr. George. So come in, write your comments so that we can see who's here tonight. Of course, you can always put where you're from. We always like that. And there's a little delay. So I know that you guys hear me a little bit after, so it takes you a little while. So I'll wait for those comments to come in, but I'm very, very excited to see everyone here tonight. So we have a very special book tonight, but there's something different about tonight. I always have a book in my hand. Tonight, I don't have a book in my hand, but I had to get friends to help me. So my friend has the book in their hand, and I have what they call a PDF version of the book. So I'll be reading like most kids do from their phone. She'll have the book, so she'll show you the pages. And then there's another very, very special guest that's going to be joining us. Good evening, Miss Bridges. How are you? Hello, Tina from Alabama. Hello. Hi, Mike. How are you? Glad to have you back. Hi, Deidre. Hi, Paris. Paris, can I pet that dog? I say that every time you watch Paris. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Miss Durasol. Miss Durasol, make sure you show this to your scholars tomorrow. Yes, check. Thank you, Paris. Miss Simon, hello, Roland. Great to see you. So I'm going to start bringing my guest in. Keep bringing those positive messages in. Yes, Shari, you know I have to do that for Paris. So my first guest, you knew she was coming because I put it in the comments. So I'm going to add her here. And it's Miss Cormier. So Miss Cormier works in the district just like me. Hi, Sophia. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hi, Tyron. Mike, you have an idea? School for your holiday season. Please consider it. Send it to me, Mike. Message it to me, Mike, so I can take care of it. So we have Miss Cormier. Miss Cormier, what are you doing here tonight?
I'm excited to read a book with you. Who Made My Stuff? Yes. And it's about careers. And so, because I am the new K-8 career readiness specialist, this is a way we want to help students become aware of careers. So, yes.
But if I'm a little kid at home or drive, I'm not going to be able to work anytime soon. Why should I be worried about careers?
Because we want to get to thinking about it early. We don't want to wait till high school and then they really are unsure. We want to introduce, let them have some fun with a lot of reading and then some hands-on things that I'll be bringing onto the campus soon. And so we just definitely want to get them introduced early so they can figure out all the neat options they can do when they grow up.
Oh, cool. Well, I have hi, Jaleel and Sanaya. Hello. Hello. Is that your family? Did I
That's
say the
my
name
family.
right?
JL and
Jaleel,
Sanaya.
JL, and
JL.
Sanaya. Hello. I
Yes.
have a very special guest that's waiting so patiently. Chantel, hello. There you get a shout out and kiss
Hi,
those
Miss
girls for
Daniels.
Lauren. And then hi, Ava, Aria, Pop Pop. Hello. And there you get a
Oh,
special shout out.
hi. Thank you.
Hi, Kelsey. So I'm going to bring my special guest out. And I know it's a little delayed, so you guys are hearing things a little after us. But guys, that's my third guest. So Ms. LeBlanc, I like thank you very much. That makes me feel good. So, and Pastor T. Hello, Pastor T. So I have two guests tonight. I was counting myself and saying three. So, Miss Bay, tell me what you're doing on this Sucked In Tuesday.
Well, I'm excited and very honored to be here, Dr. George and Miss Cormier. My name is Aisha Densmore-Bay, and I am the writer and illustrator of Who Made My Stuff? Miles Learns About Design. So you are reading my book tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you.
Thank, thank you so much. So we'll start reading. The cover of it is Who Made My Stuff? And it's Miles Learns About Design. Like she said, the illustrator and author is here, and it's Aisha Densmore-Bay. So we're going to ask her more questions towards the end. So we'll take a few going back and forth, and you getting some hellos. So we're going to go back and forth and reading the book. And Miss Aisha's going to sit there and just kind of take it in, listening to her read her book that we're reading for the very first time. All right, Who Made My Stuff? Miles Learns About Designs. And we always have permission, and permission was granted by Miss Aisha. So the first page says one simple word, love. That's that page. Do you have that page in there?
I do.
It simply says love. Nothing else. Just love. And we need a lot of that right now. All right, take it away, Miss Cormier.
All righty. Miles is excited and a little sad because it's his last day of school. He will miss his teacher and friends, but he had a fun time in school. He can't wait to tell Mommy all the things he did today. Mommy, we made things out of paper, and Miss Wilson said we can make anything we wanted. So I made an airplane, Miles told her when she arrived.
That's wonderful, honey. What else did you make? Miles said, I tried to make a car, but it was harder. So then I made animals.
Every day, Miles and Mommy walk through the park on their way home. Mommy, who made this park? Well, many people helped create this park, but one person involved was a landscape architect. A landscape architect has to know all about trees, plants, and science, and how people like to enjoy places outside. Miles looked around and asked, do they draw what the park will look like? Or do they put trees in the ground where they want? Mommy laughed. No, they can't put trees just anywhere. They have to create drawings to determine where everything goes, including lights in the park and water fountains.
And then there's a picture of them in the park. And there's another picture of just their feet, their shoes. This must be going somewhere. As they walked, Miles felt small pebbles underneath his feet. When he looked down, Miles noticed his shoelaces were untied. Suddenly, he had a new question. Who made my shoes? Mommy kneeled down to them and said, most likely a shoe or sneaker designer. A sneaker designer has to know what fabrics will not fall apart when little boys like you wear them, and what will move well when you run or walk. Excuse me. These are my favorite shoes, says Miles. I can play in these a long time. How do you know I'll like them? Good question, honey. Usually, when sneaker designers and the companies they work for create a sneaker, they ask kids like you and parents like me what we think of what they've made. That's how they learn too. Miles got excited. Oh, can we do that, Mommy? Can I tell them what I like? Mommy replied, okay, let's look into it.
Miles thought for a second and said, what about my pants? Who made them? Mommy grinned, a fashion designer. They have to know all about how your body moves, how long your legs are likely to be, and what fabrics will feel comfortable against your skin. Miles asked, do they have to know how to make pajamas too? Mommy answered, yep, especially pajamas.
There he is looking at himself. Mommy, and my pages are not side by side. Mommy and Miles left the park, then walked down Main Street. Miles looked up and asked, who made that big sign? The colors are nice. Mommy looked and said, oh, that's called a billboard. It's used to advertise a product or a message. This one wants you to drink water, exclaimed Miles.
Yes, a graphic designer just like Daddy created that billboard. When we look at magazines, posters, newspapers, or signs, many people have to create them. That's what Daddy does at work.
As they waited at the crosswalk, Miles asked, Mommy, who made those cars? Actually, a number of people. Car designers decide how a car looks, what's on the inside, and how to make it for a price people can afford. Are they hard to make?
Very difficult. Remember how hard it was for you to make a car today? All designers, especially those who create cars, have to think about making things that are safe for people.
As Mommy and Miles turned the corner onto their street, Miles asked with a sly grin, Mommy, Who made our house? You can't be serious, she exclaimed with a smile. You know who designed our house? I did. Mommy is an architect who designs buildings. Remember when I told you I designed our house to make sure your room got the best sunlight with enough space for your toys? Miles giggled and confessed, yeah, I remember. I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Later that night, Mommy, Daddy, and Miles sat down at the table to eat dinner together. As Miles sat, he swung his legs around to the front of his seat, asking, "Who made these chairs we're sitting on?" Daddy said, "Someone called a furniture designer." Designing furniture is challenging because people come in all shapes and sizes. A designer has to know how our bodies sit and relax so that we'll be comfortable. They also have to know how to create furniture that can hold our weight. Mommy winked at Miles. "I love that you're asking such great questions, sweetie. Now finish your green beans." Miles shook his head and picked up his fork.
Before bed, as Miles and his father brushed their teeth, he asked, Daddy, who made my toothbrush? I'm not sure who designed the first toothbrush, he exclaimed, but yours was most likely designed by an industrial designer. They help create many things we use every day, from toothbrushes and kitchen tools to computers and phones. Miles raised his eyebrows. Was my nightlight designed too? Daddy replied, Yes, everything we use is designed by someone, and usually by a lot of people working together.
Miles climbed into bed. Like every night, Mommy and Daddy read a story to him before he went to sleep. As his eyes became heavier, he made sure he asked Daddy to turn on his moon-shaped nightlight.
Miles drifted peacefully off to sleep, dreaming of all the wonderful things he could design when he grows up. And that is the end. But here's my favorite part. You did so well, Miss Cormier. Go ahead and unmute yourself. And I saw your heart being so full when you saw those comments about your book, Miss Bay.
So it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of the really kind, very warm comments. Thank you. Thank you. This makes it all worth it.
So now I'm going to see if I can, let me see if I can move it around. I don't know if I can do that. I thought I was trying to put you on the pin you. There we go. There, Miss Bay, you're by yourself. They can hear me. So Miss Bay, you have the spotlight by yourself. This is new that I'm doing this. I've never done this before. So Miss Bay, Mike. So Mike, I like to share this. Yes. Mike is autistic, and Mike knows every fact. So every book I read, Mike always gives me a fact.
Oh, that's amazing.
The first toothbrush was invented in China in 1498. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. On top of things. Fun fact.
Tell us what inspired you to write the book.
Well, again, thank you so much for having me on Tucked In Tuesdays. This is like amazing. But the reason why I wanted to write the book is that there are not a lot of children's books that talk about design and talk about creativity as part of, like, as far as a career. But the few children's books that there are, none of them, from what I saw, was ever centered around a child of color. And so the first inspiration, that I got was a book. It's called Young Frank Architect. And it's actually, it's a really good book, actually, about a little boy who's named Frank, who wants to grow up to be an architect, and his grandfather is an architect. So anyway, long story short, young Frank gets frustrated about, wanting to be an architect. And his grandfather takes him to the Museum of Modern Art. During that time, he sees Frank, like famous architects like Frank Gehry, Frank Lloyd Wright. And it was a wonderful story. But after I read it, I left with the feeling of, where is that for a child of color? Where can they see themselves, in a museum and see and see other architects, other creatives just like themselves? And my perspective is, I had a very different, I'm an architect. I'm an architect, I'm a graphic designer. and all that. And my uncle was an architect. So I never thought that I couldn't do it because someone in my family was right there for me, you know? And so, and so that was basically the inspiration behind the book. Just trying to center a child of color in the design world, and then also just offering, because I hear so many people say, "Oh, I always wanted to be an architect. But I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that." And so I just wanted to create a book also that, you know, not everybody's meant to be an architect, but you know, if you're interested in, if you see your child being really creative, that they could be a sneaker designer. And that is that is a possible career. Your daughter can be an automotive designer. That's a career, you know. And so, and a lot of people don't think about it. There's design around us all the time, but you know, kind of thinks about it. So that was the book.
Absolutely love it. So where can they buy the book?
So you can buy it many places. You can buy it online, anywhere books are sold. I would also encourage you to, if you wanted to order it through a Black bookstore or any other bookstore, and keep small bookstores alive. And then also, you can order it on my website, my merchandise website, which is Aisha DB. So AISHA D like Dennis, B like boy, .shop.
Love that. And we can type it in the comments after. If you send it to me, I can put it in there. So hi, Virtuous. That's a fellow author there. She was featured on here as well. So Mike, you made me look bad. You've been Googling all this stuff, Mike. I thought you had a sword in your head, Mike. So I love the idea about your book. So Ms. Cormier, how could this book help scholars or students in BISD?
I believe that it can let students know about like she said, the different avenues that the children can take. Of course, you know, like I can clearly see, and I'm sure all of us who are parents, we can see what our children what they're into at an early age. You know, like if they like Legos and they like building, most likely they're probably going to go into something engineering. If they like to communicate and they can get on a stage and just talk, okay, she's going to be a communicator. I just think this is going to help students become aware of the different avenues they can go in, like you said. The different design avenues, who made my clothes, who made my shoes. You need someone to, of course, and that's not going away. We all need shoes, we all need clothes, we all need homes. So that will be a career that is not going to go away. Okay. So I think it's just going to really help our students become aware that they can take the same path. Someone who looks like them, someone even doing the things that they may have never heard of an architect, or they may not have even questioned who made this, who did this. And this is going to help them then question, oh, how did they make, oh, I can do that, you know, here, give me a shoe, you know, or something, you know, and they'll design it or what have you. But I just think it's a great introductory to explaining the different designing fields that children can go in.
Love that. So I'm going to do, and hi, Miss Jackson. She's on another one. And hi, Aunt Priscilla. So they're on my other one. I can't see my personal comments or my personal page on here. So I have to bring up my phone. But I do want to say this. You have some mics. Mike says, sorry. Also, it's great to look up stuff and learn. However, there's stuff I do know personally. You're never told to stop learning. The late Alex Trebek, continue to learn about life while it's passing on Sunday. You're right, Mike. And this is a great impression of what a little sixth grader and older like me would need for their future career. Thank you for this. So I want to say this. Now at this point, we always do a takeaway. We always do a takeaway. So we think about the book and our biggest takeaway. And you have to do it too, Ms. Bay. You have to do a takeaway from your very own book. Ms. Cormier, I'll give you the honor of going first.
Okay.
Personal takeaway.
Personal takeaway is it makes me want to read this to my daughters, actually. And so they can become aware of the different careers. So, and then also just taking your dreams and your interests and putting them in a book in a format that the children can read. It really just inspires me. It really does. So thank you for writing this. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Ms. Bay, your takeaway from your own book.
So my major takeaway is that creativity and art and design and problem solving is all around us. and that we have a lot more power than we think we have, and a lot more agency, than we think we have. And if there is something that we don't like, we can definitely change it. And we have the power to create the world around us.
Love that. And my takeaway from your book is that even a small question, sometimes they tell the kids, not now, not now, not now. Their parents answer every single question. So my takeaway is when a kid asks you a question, answer it. You never know what the discussion will lead to. And here it led to this kid knowing that, because there was conversation, he knew that his mom was the architect. There was some prior conversation. So just speaking with your kids, letting them ask questions. And if you don't know, like the parent said, I don't know, but always find out. So Mike is giving us a takeaway. Mike knows how this goes. Okay, let me see your takeaway, Mike. Mike said, my takeaway is that kids are never too young to know the careers and what the world has to offer, but it does take time and hard work for them to succeed. You're absolutely right, Mike.
Indeed.
Absolutely right. So I love that. And I think my favorite part is, even though those people that made those things didn't look like me, the people in the book did. So that just brings me one step closer to maybe, just maybe one day. You never know who you're inspiring. You never know who's looking. So thank you, Miss Asia. Anything else you want to tell us about the book? I like authors to always tell me, what's your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part of the book is when Miles' parents are reading to him in bed. I think that's my favorite part. And then also, I just basically definitely wanted to show the varied and rich tones of people of color, and then also, the diversity of people in the book. So if you look in the book, there are people of all different races and nationalities, but also different abilities. So there are people in canes or in wheelchairs and all of that. So to show real life, to show society, the real world that we live in.
Love that. Well, thank you so much. So guys, thank you. And you were very special. I featured just your book alone. So Ms. Cormier, is there anything that the district offers now that maybe families or parents and BIC aren't aware of that you can make them aware of?
We are working on it. I had to pivot because, presenting on campus and making the students, congregate together can't happen. But we are going to push out some videos, 2 to 3 minute videos, letting people know about the different industries that we have, and they're going to be to where the children can understand and see people that they see maybe in church or that they see around the community, and what they do. And so we're definitely going to be pushing that out in January. And so we got a few more other things that we're working on, and hopefully I'll be able to come back onto those campuses and provide hands-on learning with simulators, with different cool crafts that helps them get into the different pathways that they can go in once they reach high school and graduate and go on to their careers.
And we'd love to have you either Zoom in and read that book to some of our scholars, Ms. Cormier.
Yes.
Ms. Bay's book. We'd love that. So you have one more, and then we're going to go. Ms. Duraso, problem solving solves a lot of things in life. And if you want to get a master's degree and have a problem, think about problem solving. From Kelsey. A big fan of you, Dr. George. Thank you, Kelsey. Good job, Kelsey. So, guys, like I always say every single Tuesday and every day, if you're at home or drive, if nobody else tells you, Dr. George loves you. Ms. Cormier, you want to leave them with anything?
There's greatness in every single one of you. Yeah.
And Ms. Bay?
Just probably the first thing I said in the book, love. Just spread love. Be about love.
Thank you, guys. Good night. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, 7:30 Central. Thank you so much.